right? DAX stands for data analysis expressions. So for this, I need to first import the tables I have on my local machine. Let me do that quickly. So I have all the three tables I'll be using for this DAX course here in this folder. I think I will not be able to select uh, all these three in one go. I need to select them one by one. So yeah, so the data is getting imported by the time this table. Okay, I think I have this first table here in my Power BI, and here I need to select cookie types, and then we can simply click here on load. Right, for loading the data we have in the table we just selected. Then let's come again on Excel workbook and let us select the second table. So the formulas we use for DAX are very much similar to the Excel formulas, but the only difference between Excel and formulas and functions we use here is that in Excel we can apply functions on cells, right? We can apply it on cells, but here we cannot apply the formulas or functions on individual cells. Instead of that, we need to select the entire column or the entire row or the entire table. If you are applying a formula, you cannot apply it on a single cell, right? So this is what is the basic difference between the functions and formulas we use in Excel and the functions and formulas we use in DAX. Okay, so the second table is also here, as you can see. It's time for us to import the last one, which is orders. So let's quickly do it. And once the tables are there, I'm going to show you the magic. Okay, so table orders. Okay, so all the three tables are there now in the database, and fine. Let's come on the table view to check the data of these three tables. So in customers, I have these fields, right? In cookie types, I have these fields. In customers, I have the customers information. And in orders, I have the orders information, right? Okay, perfectly fine. Let's come on relationships to check the relationship between the tables. If there is no relationship, we'll try and create, some relationship between these tables. Okay, and where is the third table? Trying to find out the. Okay, so I have a relationship between the customers table and the table named orders, right? So it's a one-to-many relationship, as you can see. Why it's not happening? Yeah, now it is perfectly fine. So okay, so I have the relationship here, and let me just define a relationship between the cookie types and orders table also. So for that, what I can do, I need to just push this orders table here, need to bring customers here, and yeah, now it is looking better. So I am going to link cookie type with products. Okay, so I think fine. So the relationship is here, as you can see, right? Now there is a relationship between orders and customer, and there is a relationship between cookies and orders also. Now let's go. Let's come on the home page. So here, what we can do, we can select this orders named table and right click, and when you will do it, you will see a cascading menu in which right on the top you will get to see the option called new measure. So you can simply click new measure. So it will open for us a formula bar kind of thing over here. right, in which we'll be able to type in our formula. So for now, I am writing total number of units sold. Fine. So this is going to be the text part, and then this is going to be the name of the field. Okay. And then for calculating the value of this, we can make use of sum. So, it is very much similar to what we do in Excel. If you have to calculate sum of two or three numbers in Excel, you can make use of this predefined formula, or you can say function. So when you will type in sum, automatically a cascading menu will appear, an IntelliSense window will appear in which you will get to see all the functions starting with sum. And let's use the parenthesis, function parenthesis. And here, I want to get from this order some, a field named units sold. So this is the one which I need to first, define here. Let's do it. So whatever units has been sold by the company or the individual, what I'm doing, I'm summing up all those things, right? So that's the formula. And now we can simply execute the enter button. I hope it will do. Okay, so it is working on the formula now. And very soon we'll be able to see a field name total number of units sold over here. Okay, so it's visible to us over here. Right, now what we can do, we can use, let me just select something I can use for, getting the data on the window. This is map, no, I don't want to use it. What is this? It is free map, no. Table, slicer, fish, card. This is multi-row card. This is KPI. No, I don't want. I'm looking for something different actually. Just give me a short moment. That's the one I was looking for. It is metrics, right? And now here, let me just enlarge the view of this matrix, enlarge the size of this matrix. And I would like to just see the total number of units sold inside it. Let's see what we will get as the output. Okay, so I just increase the size of the window so that the data can be more visible to you guys also. So you can see some data getting reflected inside this matrix which I just selected. I think my mouse is not working fine. Let me use an external mouse for now. Okay, so here is the matrix, and let me close this visualization and everything. I don't want these filters. Okay, so this is fields. Okay, that's the data right now. It is more visible to all of us, I think. To you guys also, it is visible, right? So we are able to see the total number of units sold over here inside it. Now, if you have to suppose, select something else, or you want to modify the view of this matrix. So for that, you can simply use this format visual option, right? I hope you guys know about it. If you don't know, please do check out the tutorials which I shooted earlier on Power BI. Definitely, it will give you a good experience of how you can, modify the visual appearance of the various elements you have used or for your interactive dashboard. Okay, so now what is the next thing? Let me just check it. Okay, so here, we are getting this. Okay, now if I have to add another field to this matrix, so what I can do for that is, let me just select customers here. Okay, cookie types. No, I don't want to go with this. If I go with customer ID also. Okay, now it is coming. Yeah. So that's the one I was trying to find out. And here you can see, I'm getting some decimal values. So if we are talking about number of units sold, so this is a bit irrelevant. Now, how can we get rid of this error? It is actually an error according to me because number of units cannot have any decimal value. So for getting rid of this, we can simply use a formula, or you can say, we can modify the format. Let's come on format. So I think we will not get the option here. Maybe we'll have to come on data and drill. Let me check this. Not able to find that measure tool option. Measure and tools. No, I'm not able to find that contextual tab which automatically comes here. So for this, let me right click. Okay, so this is fine. So if you want to suppose get rid of this decimal value, you need to click here, or you can right click on this total number of units sold, and automatically an option, a contextual tab with name measure tools will appear in the menu bar. Now from here you can change the format to whole number. Let's see whether we'll be able to get the correct output or not. Okay, so now only the whole numbers are getting reflected. So, that's how you can modify the data, right? Or else if suppose you do not want to go with whole number, you can use this option also for getting rid of the decimal places, right? Now, the next thing that we can do here is we can again, just a second, let me check the next step that we can do. Okay, this is fine. We have covered this also. Okay, let's just right click again on orders, and here we are going to again use this new measure option. It's time for us to define something with the help of which we can count the number of orders, right? So let's make it count of orders equal to, and suppose you want to get the data for orders, so for that we have a function called count rows. So for everything, the way we have for everything some or the other functions in Excel, with the help of which we can find out the desired output, in the same way we have some or the other function here also in Power BI for getting the correct output. So orders I would like to go with, right, and simply I can execute the enter button and it will give me the output. So it is with name count of orders, and you can see here. So you can see here a field with name count of orders has been created. Now I just have to unselect the first one which I created, and in place of that, let us select count of orders, right, which we just created. And you can see here the count of orders are getting reflected over here in this matrix, right? Okay, perfect. Let me just get rid of all these things so that the data can be more visible to you guys. I do not want to select this customer ID. Let's see what we will get finally. So count of orders we're getting here. Similarly, if suppose you want to count or you want to get the distinct customers, how many unique customers visited your website. So for that also you can use a formula, but for that we are not going to apply the formula on these two things, not on these two tables, cookies type of customers. We'll use orders only for now. So new measure, let's create another measure so that with which we can find out the distinct customers, number of distinct customers. So for this, I'm going to name it as distinct customers and is equals to, then we can, there is a formula called distinct. Okay, distinct, and then count you can use, and here inside it you can simply put orders, and it's going to be customer ID. How many. So for every unique customer, a unique ID will get generated. Okay, and through that we can come to know about the number of distinct customers who visited our web application or whatever you have on the internet. Let's check it out. And after that, I'm going to show you some more commands with which you can, make your DAX more impressive. Okay, so we have this distinct customer here. Let me just copy and create a duplicate of the matrix. And here I'm going to use, I do not want to use this customer of count of orders. I would like to use distinct customers for now. Let's see what we will get. Okay, we are getting 5. So there are 5 customers. As per the data we just imported, and it's time for us to find out the total profit. So for that, again, we have something called total. Now, if suppose you do not want to use this method, new measure method for finding out the total, what else can you do for getting the total? So what you can do, you can come on the tables view, and here you can simply use new column, right? Okay, a column has been created. Now here you can define the formula for the column. So the name you want to give to the field, right? So that's what you can put on the LHS, and then on the RHS part, you can use the formula. So orders. Here we have something called revenue. So if I'll subtract the cost from the revenue, I'll get the output. Right, so if you have the formula, you can find out everything. Right, if you don't know the formula, you'll have to practice these things. So I'm getting everything over here, as you can see. So that is how you can work with DAX. Now it's time for us to create. Okay, so we have, let me just select the total. Where is that? The profit for this matrix. Okay, so that is the profit, right? And these are, it's just the basic which I introduced you guys to, and that's how the DAX engineers also visualize the data. They read the data, they find out the hidden patterns in the data. There are many formulas that you can use in Power BI. Right. So if you want to get a good understanding of all the formulas, you can visit the documentation of Power BI, which you can easily find on the internet. And definitely the things will become more easier for you after that. So this is it from my side in this lecture. I hope you guys enjoyed it a lot. You guys can also try out different types of formulas. The way I showed you, I showed you the formula bar and then how to put the formula in that. So all these things you can try out yourself, but with the different formulas. Okay, use these formulas first, right? And then you can use some other formulas and to create a nice DAX based interactive dashboard. And if you want to know more about interactive dashboards, definitely you can visit the previous tutorials on interactive dashboards I shooted and uploaded on my YouTube channel. Definitely you will get a very good understanding of what actually Power BI is and how efficiently you can, how you can use it very efficiently. Thank you so very much for being there with me in this tutorial. Have a great day ahead, guys. Bye bye. Take care.